Okay, here's a video response to WILKESY87, who's doing this kind of like throwing some questions out there for other YouTube people to answer, and I just thought I'd do this because I feel like doing a video pretty much, and they're good questions, so cheers for that. What do you think of Jeff Hardy's current push, and do you think he'll ever become a major champion? I think Jeff Hardy's push is very believable in the ideas of what you see on WWE TV. I mean, he's mad over with the crowd, perhaps like more over than, say, Triple H is. Possibly a stretch, I don't know. And the way it's been booked is like he will win this at some point. He's like that close. But we don't know what's happening behind the scenes, you know. I mean, he got like done for wellness twice within a year. On both times he was on the cusp of a major push, and who knows if like it'll happen again and he'll be fired, or will like his contract runs out and he signs another one and his wellness is reset. I don't know if that's how it works, but that might be what happens. And yeah, he's just such a like popular hot commodity for the WWE at the moment, that the way he is being pushed, like it will happen, but in the eyes of what you see on TV, but it's all up to him if he can like keep his game together and be a good boy, pretty much. I mean, he's had the pinfall victories over Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, and like been this close to beating Triple H properly this year, and who knows what could happen. I'd like to see it happen, but I don't know, it could also be a big letdown if he was champion, but who knows what will happen there. Alright, next question. Your thoughts of Brock Lesnar on UFC and on him winning the UFC title, if you even care. I think Brock Lesnar looks very believable in the UFC. I mean, he's a big fighter in there, really. I've only seen like 2 matches from UFC, and also his first MMA fight where he just squashed that guy. But yeah, I don't know. I think like he looks very believable, and like just need to see more of him. I think he's going to be a very good draw for UFC. I think a lot of UFC fans are going to like tune in to want him to lose and that. I mean, I remember his fight with Frank Mir. He was going like for it like an animal, pretty much. But then the ref like made a call which could have been a bad judgment or not, and that like distracted him, and Frank Mir got that like leg lock on him. And we'll have to see what happens if he faces him again. Like if he'll be more well schooled in like doing some more grappling and submissions, and if he's that much of an all-rounder within UFC. I mean, we know he's got an amateur wrestling background. Hopefully that'll come into it, as far as I'm concerned. Your thoughts on the Raven Sandman crucifix angle in ECW? Basically, I don't know, ECW were a promotion that like had a cult following, and like was on the cusp of like gaining more attention, and they had like big angles that like shook the boat basically, and this was like one of the major ones really. I think like, I don't know, Kurt Angle was in attendance at that one, and it obviously offended him to the point he didn't want much to do with ECW back then, and so I think like a lot of people were offended by it. But at the same time, they were like an organisation trying to make a name for themselves, and whether it's right or wrong, that's what they were doing. And I find it weird how like Undertaker and Steve Austin had a thing like that a few years later, and it was perceived as different because it wasn't an actual crucifix, if you know what I mean. It was like one of like Ministry of Darkness symbol thing that yeah, they were doing, and I don't really understand like how WWE could like kind of get away with that. Well, I do, because they're a multi-million-dollar company, but yeah, That's what happened. I just find it funny how like time works out and they do it themselves, and even show the footage on the Rise and Fall of ECW DVD when there was like big hoopla over it, and like Raven even had to break character and like apologise to the crowd. So that was a weird one. John Cena coming back to Survivor Series. I don't know. I think it'll be a good match. I think it could be a good moment, but I don't think he should come back and win the title straight away. I think they should prolong it a little bit, because like if he wins the title straight away, it's just gonna go straight into Batista and Cena again, and like they need to prolong that to make it more of a draw, I think, and like just get their heads around doing some writing. And like keep Jericho in the mix, have Orton in the mix. Maybe, I don't know. Just gonna have to see how it goes from Survivor Series. I mean, sure, he's like been put right into the main event, but it's Cena, you know. It's gonna happen. He is a draw for the company, no matter what anyone says. And I think it could be a good match. I mean, he hasn't been like the Super Cena he was like last year or 2006, so I think it'd be quite interesting to see where it follows on from this. Okay, and the last question: how CM Punk is used in WWE at the moment, and how he should be used. Basically, I think like him cashing in that Money in the Bank was way too early. I think like he should have been built up more on Raw. Had some like feuds with some other wrestlers, say like Jericho and Regal or Orton or whatever, have some like big feuds, and then like cash it in eventually, make him look strong. Right off the bat he was losing, and he lost loads during the Money in the Bank. And then when he finally got it, it was a good moment, but all it was is he was a prop to bring it to Raw, pretty much. And it's not right really, but like I understand why it happened, but in my opinion it should be around this point of the year that he should be like cashing it in, to be honest. And like it would have been more strong for him if he like had a few feuds in Raw to back it up, and like to like be more on the level of a Batista or a Cena or even a Rey Mysterio, you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know, he was booked as the weakling right off the bat from that world title run. He should have like got that 1-2-3 over Batista at Great American Bash. I think it was made him look bad how there was a run in and like there's no contest both times he faced Batista. I mean, a win over someone like Batista would have made him look stronger right off the bat, and like it's just a shame that he isn't like back in that picture at the moment, and he's got like the tag title with Kofi, because obviously the tag division doesn't mean much at all, and they're just two like wrestlers thrown together once again, and like them losing that belt is going to make CM Punk look quite worse in my opinion, depending on like if he gets pinned by someone that's conceivably lesser than him or whatever, you know. And yeah, I don't know, hopefully something will come out of him and Orton at some point, but who knows what's going to happen, who knows. Okay, I hope that kind of answers some questions for you. Yeah, cheers for doing this video, and I advise everyone to respond to this video with these questions, because they're good questions, it's a good idea. Alright, cheers.